Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today I'm going to give you a little overview or a little maybe like a roundup of the Hobbii Cal 2023 Advent Calendar, which I partook or took part of this year, or basically last Christmas, which just feels like a minute ago, so apologies for fumbling that up at the very beginning. Just what my thoughts were on the actual Advent Calendar. Now, some of you have already asked me that question, so I thought I would actually give it a fair go by sitting back for a couple of weeks after having finished all 4 projects, and then letting you know what my thoughts are. And these are basically my thoughts, guys, only because I've been asked, and I just thought maybe it'll help some of you make your mind up. But in actual fact, a lot of you had made your mind up before actually receiving the calendar. I personally hadn't bought one previously. Last year's my order got lost, so I did get my money refunded. Hobbii are great with that. I was very disappointed that he had gotten lost in transit, but I really wanted to give it a go because I had watched other people do the unboxings and also making all the different projects. I was very good this last year. I actually managed to keep up with each and every project and got it done within that week that it was released before the next pattern came out. I even managed to get the one that got released on Christmas Eve, and I got it done I think on Boxing Day, a couple of days later. So I'm actually very proud of myself, but that's because of you guys. I wanted to get it out to you, so having you to be accountable for and being my cheerleaders along the way really did help. So thank you so very much for that. But this won't take very long because if you want to see each and every project, including the unboxing video, I do have a Hobbii playlist on my channel, so please go and have a look at that. So about 3 months ago, in this box I received these 4 packages. Now at the time I had to wait for almost, I think, about a month and a half before any of the patterns were released, because I think the first one was released around the 5th of December. So we had to wait all that time. But I did put out the unboxing video. I made sure everyone knew that it was a spoiler alert, because I basically myself, I could not wait to see what was in the packages. Now I obviously got the crochet Advent Calendar. Some other people got the knitting one, and some people got both. In actual fact, I was very tempted to get both to see what the difference was. Was it the yarn? Was it the notions and the bits and pieces that you got with it? Because you do get quite a few little bits and pieces in each bag. So a lot of people actually clicked on that initial unboxing video, the spoiler alert, over 8,000 people. So a lot of people are curious, just like me and you, to see what's inside the little packages. Now, some people were very disappointed, some people were very excited, some people didn't like the fact that he had so much wool. Now, I do believe that Hobbii did say that there was going to be a lot of wool in this little packages. I personally didn't pay attention to that, so it shows you how much I actually cared about what was in there. I just wanted to get my hands on it. And I will just briefly show you each and every project. I won't go through each and every bag, but they were very well stocked. I have to say that I wasn't disappointed by what came in each and every package. And again, if you haven't already seen it, go and watch the unboxing video. It shows you everything that's in there. But I'm just going to let you know what my little experience was, without bombarding you with all of that again, because in each week I show you what's in each bag as well. And then of course the finished project. Now, having to wait all that time was actually a bit of part of the fun. It made it fun having to wait, just like everybody else, to see what patterns they were going to release, and also guessing what was going to be made from each and every little pack or from each week. I personally, because it took so long from the spoiler unboxing to when the first week came out, I actually forgot what was in each and every pack. So in actual fact, for me, it was like a surprise each and every week as well. Now, what I loved the most about this was that I actually learned about different yarns. I learned how to use them. They did have some tips for us. I got to experience different fibers that I wouldn't normally buy, especially being from Hobbii all the way in Denmark, and I live here in Sydney, Australia. And along the way, I did learn some new techniques and some new stitches. So I thought that was very exciting. Now, our very, very first week, we made this gorgeous ivy hat. And here it is here, guys. So you actually were emailed each and every pattern, and we had the opportunity to make it within a week. Now, here's my ivy hat. It was a bottom-up beanie, which I don't usually make. I think this was my first bottom-up beanie. I usually go from the top down, so it was a new experience. Now, you can probably see in the photo that there is no pom-pom, but I decided to put a little pom-pom on mine. It can be a slouchy hat if you want it to be. Maybe without the pom-pom it would look better, and maybe that's the look they were going for, but it fits my head perfectly because you got the opportunity to make sure that it did. And it did use, I think from memory, a moss stitch. So that was a stitch that I had only dabbled in, very, very small amount in a project. Like I'm talking about only a line or two, a row or two. So I was very excited to be able to create a project like this. I almost did the beanie top down because that's what I was used to. I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to manage this pattern, but I did. So I'm glad I stuck to their plan of doing the ivy hat the way they wanted us to. Now the next week came along and I was very pleasantly surprised that we got to make this coffee clutch. How gorgeous is that, guys? And here it is here. Now this again was a yarn that I hadn't worked with before. Very, very nice yarn for a clutch. And basically you know, it was just a giant granny square, and we got to put a button in. Now I changed it up a little bit because sometimes you can go rogue, guys. You don't have to stick to the pattern, just to make it more personal. And I put a little magnetic clip in here. They have you crochet a button to put on top, and I do know that some of our other yarny friends shared with us that they did the same thing, put a magnetic button and then crocheted the button on top, just to make it prettier. So I might do that in the future. So that was week 2, guys. Now, of course, other yarns came with it. Other little bits and pieces in there. Here we hold 2 strands together. So in essence, there's 2 strands in here, one being the brown coffee color and one being the shiny color yarn. So again, another experience. I was very impressed by using 2 yarns that I had never used before. That was the same with week 1. I hadn't used that yarn before. And then we came to week 3. And this was the penny fingerless mittens. And there they are there, guys. Now, my experience was that I wasn't very happy with the yarn, but I did make 1 mitten. The reason why I wasn't happy with it is because I don't like the feel of wool. And this was a scratchy wool, whereas the beanie was made with a yarn that is just absolutely gorgeous. Very, very soft. I'm trying to remember the name of the yarn, but I can't think of it now. But nevertheless, it's just like it's just the softest wool that you can get compared to this one. This was more of a, you know, mainstream one. Just this was the Friends wool, I believe. So it wasn't by no means the high-end wool, so it wasn't the high end. And when I was crocheting, it was actually giving me, you know, that feeling that it wasn't going to be very soft. So I didn't want to make 2 of them. But I have used this pattern again, and I've made mittens out of different yarns. So, you know, getting the pattern and reusing it, well, that was a bonus, right? But when you wear this mitten, it actually doesn't feel as bad as when you're crocheting it up. So that was week 3 done, guys. And then we were up to week 4. I knew that there was no way I was going to get it out overnight because it was Christmas Eve, but I did manage to get it done on Boxing Day, which here is 2 days after the day after Christmas. And it was this gorgeous snow mini project bag. Now, I don't have the pattern printed out, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. Now, this again is another yarn that I hadn't used before. It's the Honey Bunny Shine. I absolutely love it. And something that I'd never done before is put a zipper in a project, guys. And they actually supplied the zipper. My hand sewing may not be perfect, but the zipper is functional and it is a nice little project. I love that it's got the handle. So I really enjoyed making this, and it crocheted up very, very quickly, being, excuse me, thick velvet yarn. Absolutely loved it. Now, this is where I got a little bit disappointed because I only found that out today. In actual fact, before I came on to see you, you have to pay for the pattern now, $4 to make that little project bag. Now, I'm sure in the future it'll be for free, but it's a bit disappointing, and I am going to contact Hobbii, and I'm sure that they will accommodate me by sending me the email version of the pattern, seeing I paid for it. I did get an email saying that it wasn't going to be available very, very soon, and to try to, excuse me, to print it out, but I tried to save it. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job of it, and now I just won't open the file. So I am going to be contacting Hobbii, and hopefully I will get the pattern sent to me for free, because as I said, I paid for the advent calendar. I think that you know, it should be included in the price, which it was for a very long time. Oh, no, just a short time actually, because we're only at the beginning of January. So that's pretty much it, guys. So overall, for those of you that have asked me, would I buy the Hobbii calendar, the Advent Cal in 2024? The answer is yes. I absolutely love the experience. I love that I was getting a surprise each and every time I opened the package. I love all the things that they sent us. They're things that I didn't have, that I wouldn't purchase, because it costs me a lot of money to purchase product from overseas, especially Denmark. Like, to come all the way from there. And even though Hobbii does have amazing sales a lot of the times, and I have purchased from them before, I've done a yarn haul from them, it's not something I can do very regularly. So yes, I would, for that reason as well. The other reason as well, as I've touched on, is that I learnt new techniques. I was basically forced to put a zipper into a project, otherwise I wouldn't have completed it. They supplied the zipper and the yarn. I needed to work out how to do it, and I did. The only little criticism that I do have about their patterns, and it's probably on me, I still haven't learned how to read Hobbii patterns the way that they write them. It's a little bit different to what I'm used to, and that's okay. I have made a couple of other things from them in the past previous to the Cal, the Advent Cal. So I just need to practice. But as I said, I managed to get a pair of mittens out by using that pattern. In actual fact, different weight yarn, and I still managed to convert it. So if you have a little bit of crochet experience, I think you would manage to read their patterns. And also, I'm guessing if we contacted them, customer service, they'd probably give us a hand in working out how to read them. They are written in US terminology, so that helps is someone like me who basically generally uses US terminology patterns. So overall, I would say my experience was great. I would definitely, and I'm hoping to be able to purchase the Cal for the Advent Cal for 2024. I know it's like nearly a year away, but before you know it, we're going to be talking about it again. The fact that I tried new things is very exciting. What was in store for us this year, I have no idea, but I'm very excited about it. So for all of you that asked, yes, I will be endeavoring to purchase the Advent Cal for 2024 from Hobbii. For all of those of you that came along for the journey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For all of you that cheered me on, I couldn't ask for better cheerleaders. Thank you so very, very much. And for any of you that were curious and, wanted to know what we made from it, and, maybe that's inspired you, or you want to buy it this year, maybe we can do it together. We can hop on and you can let me know about your experience and share your makes as well. I know that, like I said, that's at the end of the year, but before you know it, it's going to be happening, guys. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to hang out with you once again. Take care until I see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.